I was thinking on the drive over here, we are at the top of the mountain right now. I feel like from this point on, it is all downhill, so that's what's gonna get me through this day. We are both exhausted, I know, but I feel that now that the drywall portion of it is complete, it is downhill from here, and I could not be happier about that. All right, so I just uninstalled the dishwasher. It is a hardwired dishwasher, which I think most new homes are built with the dishwashers being hardwired. The gentleman who is going to buy our set of appliances is on his way now, so I wanted to get the electric and all of the water disconnected on the dishwasher. That way when he gets here, he can just load them up and go.
Yes, but I'm kind of disappointed because I thought we could change our delivery date for our stainless steel appliances we ordered from Home Depot. However, they're not going to come until... They're not going to be here for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but it's fine. We're still getting stuff done here, so...
So we're going to have some gaps in the kitchen where appliances will be missing, but they'll be here soon. I think we move in, what, the day before the appliances come? But so what?
And we also have furniture delivery on that day, so...
There'll be a lot happening that day.
That'll be a delivery day.
So, but like I said, he's on his way now to pick these up. Fingers crossed. He's just coming and loading them up and heading out. So once he does that, we will continue on the sanding, and yeah, we're moving right along. All right, guys, so it is about 8 o'clock at night, and we are diligently working away.
Yes. As you can see, I'm sanding down the joints.
But we are in the last bedroom, and all we have is this and the master bath.
Hallelujah.
We've been terrible the past 2 days about checking in, but we've literally just been going non-stop trying to get as much done in a 12-hour period as we can. But this is pretty much what the whole house looks like. It is covered in dust and debris. It's just, it is what it is. It's a construction site, that is for sure.
Yeah.
We also commissioned one of the moms to come over and help us prime our windowsills and door jambs. So she is diligently working away at that as well. But yeah, just dusty floors. There's primer splatter and drywall splatter everywhere. But we will definitely get it all cleaned up. So we only have about 2 days before our floors start being laid. So within that 2-hour period, we have to have, within that 2-day period, we have all of our priming and our painting to do before that happens. So we're gonna have to get everything sanded, then we're gonna go through and vacuum and mop everything down just so there's no dust flying around. And then we will start priming all of the joints as well as starting our painting. Probably not until tomorrow on the painting. But yeah, so we're gonna paint everything before the floors get laid. Of course, trim work like baseboards and crown molding won't go in until after floors are done, but we told ourselves we are staying here tonight until all of the priming is done. So that way we don't have to worry about that tomorrow. We can just come in and start painting. So we're really thankful that we're getting some help tonight. Are you having fun?
I am having a blast.
So back here, we already started to sweep and mop up the dust because she was starting to prime. So there's a stark difference between these floors and the floors you just saw in the master bedroom, but she wanted me to come take a look at the priming. She was saying that it's dry and splotchy, but it's an oil-based primer. That's what it's going to do. I think it looks great. It's going to definitely accept a very nice coat of trim paint, which is what we're doing. We're doing a semi-gloss on the windowsills, door jambs, and then of course our crown molding. So this mess is what the rest of the house looks like. But why we're making progress, because bedroom number 1 and bedroom number 2 are vacuumed, swept, and mopped. So it's coming together, guys. It is coming together, but we got a lot more work to do. I am covered in dust. Like I said, Ryan only has the master bed and bath to do. We've kind of split up. He's doing that and I'm going behind him and vacuuming and mopping. That way that when she's priming windowsills, there's not dust flying around. So I better get back to work and we'll check in a little bit. Good evening, everybody. We are wrapping it up here at the new house. So both good news and bad news. The good news is we got all of the sanding done in the house. It is complete. I know I said earlier in the day that it felt like it was downhill from here, but now it really is all downhill from here. The bad news is we got literally zero priming done. And I know we said originally we wanted to prime everything tonight, but we didn't do any of it.
It's 12:42. We have cleaned the whole house. We've gotten it straightened up. We've done all the floors. Everything is ready. I don't care if I sand another drywall for 50 years, which I probably won't be alive in 50 years, but the rest of my life, I would be content with not ever sanding another drywall.
But Ryan was saying that it might be a blessing in disguise about not priming because we don't want to overexert ourselves, and the primer that we have, it's oil-based primer since we're doing it over wallpaper, and it also will seal that new drywall. So we are going to end up doing 2 coats of it. That way we're not doing 3 coats of paint. I'd rather just do 2 coats of primer and call it done. But it's paintable after an hour. So our logic is we'll start at one end of the home, work our way down to the end. By the time we're done with the end of the home, it's time to go back to the top of the house and start all over again. Yeah.
Cool thing is, tomorrow our decks start being built.
Yes, they do.
And the same gentleman that runs his company is going to be doing our floors, but that's not until Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. So that's exciting, and it's all coming together.
It is.
I think once we get the paint on the walls, it's going to look amazing in here, and like we've said multiple times, the vision will come alive, and
Yes.
I'm excited for that part.
We are headed over to the new house. The contractor who's doing our decks is on his way over there now. He might actually even be there by the time we get there. So it's a very exciting day. Our decks are getting started. So aside from the decks being started, we're also going to start priming everything that hasn't been primed, and also priming the new drywall joints that we've done. So we need to still take all of the doors off of the wall. Take all the doors off of the door jambs so that way we can get all the door jambs primed, because we are going to end up making those white to match our trim. We've already gotten all of the blinds down, so we will continue to prime all of the windowsills today as well. So it will be a busy day, but I feel like the grueling work is behind us. That was all the drywall work and all the sanding work. So that is now completely behind us. Couldn't be happier about that. So we will definitely keep you updated on progress.
Yes. The only other big things we have after this is the kitchen sink, and then finishing our bathroom.
Yeah.
Vanity, putting in the sink, and then obviously our hardware and our shower. But
That's all fun stuff.
yeah. And it won't be hard.
No.
I mean, we have the baseboards, and we aren't going to have to do a second coat. We did receive some, but some of the boards were damaged, so we are going to go switch them out with the store. But yeah, everything is moving along.
But we will check in with you guys in a little bit and keep you updated on our progress. Alright guys, so we just took all of the doors off of the frames. That way we can get all the door jambs painted. But also, while the doors are off, we're going to be changing all the hinges to black hinges, and then all of the doorknobs will be the black Halifax to match the front and back door. So that's going to look amazing. So all of the door handles are gonna match these here. So they'll all be uniform, and then we're gonna get that deadbolt changed out today to also match. So the decking contractor was just out here and he spray painted his marks for the decks. He's gonna end up doing cement block footings rather than digging for his footings. That's just best because we're in a park here. We don't own this land. So he ran right now to Home Depot to go grab those cement blocks for the footings. And then he's gonna get to work. And at the same time, we're gonna be getting to work.
And it's our temporary spot.
Yeah.
Because whole plans that we talked about before in the beginning of this.
Yeah, so we don't wanna like make it permanent. That way when the time does come for us to leave, we have to remove the deck as well as part of the lease that we have here. So that'll just make it easier.
And if you were to install it, like put the fittings in the ground, we'd have to leave it.
Yeah, so we are gonna get to work getting these seams all primed up. Like we said yesterday, it's gonna take 2 coats, so we're gonna get started now and then just work till it's done. Decking has started. He has our concrete post up. He has his camera set up for his Instagram stories. I'm all about it. Good evening, everybody. So we took kind of an extended dinner break combined with a Home Depot run to get some more stuff that we need. It seems like we're going every day to Home Depot, but it is what it is.
Thank you, moms, for dinner.
Yes, mom's cooked us dinner. So now we are full bellied, not really wanting to work, but we got work to do.
Yes, we've got a lot done.
We did.
That's good.
So priming is all done from the kitchen all the way to the back of the house. All we have left to do is the master bed and bath, and it is painting time after that. Our deck, let's see, we got this far on the deck today. So most of the framing is done, and Billy, the contractor, said that he was just one person today. Tomorrow there will be 2 people, so he'll be able to move a little bit quicker. But all he has to do is frame that right there, and then he'll start laying his deck planks. So that is exciting. And then in the back, he just has the concrete fittings set for that. And that'll also get going tomorrow. Ryan is gonna continue working on a little bit of touch-up primer. So since we did taping and floating over a primed surface, we're having some pinholes come through, and the reason why that's happening is because whenever you drywall or mud over a primed non-porous surface, the moisture that is coming off of the mud doesn't have anything to soak into, so its only option is to push out forward. So as it's drying, that moisture and quote air bubbles are kind of pushing out and creating little pinholes in the finished product. Most of them we were able to kind of sand out. There's a few deep ones that we were not able to sand out, but we're going in and kind of filling those with the primer. And of course our latex paint will also fill that in. So it probably will not be noticeable whatsoever as a finished product, but if this is something you're going to be doing, keep in mind that you will most likely see some pinholes come through your drywall work, but don't freak out. You're not alone on that one. So we're just, you know, taking our time with it. It is a little bit of a time consuming process, but I'd rather take the time now than have to look at it for the next, 5-10 years, however long you're gonna be living in your home. So we're gonna get continuing on, and we will check in with you guys when we're all done. So we've taped all around our perimeter where there's no chance of the paint roller being able to hit the ceiling, or if there's splatter from the paint roller, it won't affect the ceiling. But when we were...
Because it has the texturing, it's really hard for the tape to stick. And we don't want to obviously use masking tape and have a harsher tape leave a residue. So we had to do...
We're using painter's tape for it. But like you said, with those textures, like look at that one already. It's already popped off the ceiling. So yeah, I'm afraid that if we were to do the entire home, like all of the paintable area, all this tape is just gonna come unglued from the ceiling and it's just gonna be falling. So we're gonna do this one room to see how it goes overnight. When we get here, we'll start with this room and we'll kind of tape, I don't wanna say tape room by room as we go, but we'll get a good amount taped, stop, and then paint up to that point and then keep on going.
But we have a system down now. It took us a second to get it, but now that we have our system, it should go smooth.
Now that we know, yeah, what we're doing. He was on one ladder, I was on another ladder. We strung it across and taped it all the way down. So once we got in the groove, it was good. It took us maybe, once we got it down, maybe 5 minutes to do this whole bedroom, so.
That'll be fine. We'll just tape right before.
Yeah, so he's taped the door fronts, so all of the door jamb is primed all the way around because it was the same wood trim that was on the ceiling and it matches our cabinets, but we're wanting to change it into a white door jamb because we're gonna have white baseboards, white crown molding. We want it to look like a home, not like a manufactured home.
Which is gonna be in front of the door jambs anyways.
Yeah, so what's taped right here is primed on the front side. So we covered that up in painter's tape so that way when we are rolling, if we hit this, it doesn't matter. We won't have to go back and reprime that. But right here, in this 4-inch gap right here is where our door frame and moldings are gonna be. So it's gonna be covered anyway, but just in case we don't wanna take any chances.
And down the road, we're gonna discuss what we're gonna do with the closets, but right now we just left the closets the same because we'll probably end up switching it out and doing like a shelving system.
Yeah.
And with limited space because we're gonna add so much hanging space in our closet. So we're waiting to do the other closets until after we move in and then we'll sit down and discuss it. That way, we're not rushing to get it done.
Yeah, just the guest room closet and the office closet. Our closet doesn't have a door. It's just that when you enter the bathroom, you have the closet on the right and the bathroom on the left, as you saw. So because it is so exposed, we did go ahead and rip all of the wire racks out of it. We bought all new black closet rods that are gonna hang up because we're gonna essentially double the closet space because like, this is what was in the master, and there was one all the way around. So we ripped these out, and we're gonna be able to put a high and a low bar. That way we can get double the hanging space.
And we hang most of our shirts, so
Yeah.
that's the reasoning why we did that.
But our camera battery is currently flashing at us, so that's telling us it's time to go home.
Yes.
So we are gonna sign off for the night and be back bright and early in the morning. And tomorrow, the actual decking on the deck starts getting laid, so that will be exciting to see. It'll be a really good and very productive
the paint
day.
coming together, everything's gonna just be a molding pot of emotions, and everything's gonna
Everything's gonna start coming
together starting tomorrow. So it's gonna be exciting.
Ooh, when we get that first roll of color paint on the wall, that will be a very exciting time because it's been a long
already
time.
looks really good just with it just primered, so it's going to look even better, and I'm so excited and I can't wait. It's like Christmas morning.
But we will see you guys in the morning. Be back soon.
Bye.
All right, so everything that we are going to paint over the next couple of hours is taped and papered.
Yes, exciting.
It is officially time to start painting. So we're gonna start here in this room. Now, in this front guest room, all of the walls will be our light gray color, with the exception of this one wall here. This is going to be a dark gray accent wall with a board and batten design on it, but everything else will be light gray, as well as the laundry room, this whole hallway area. This will all be one color. So we're just gonna start at one end and work our way all the way down into the living room. Now, the second guest room, this is a whole nother animal, as well as the guest bath. So we will leave those for after the light gray paint. Here we go. This is the very first roll on the wall.
that is a wrap for
That is-
tonight.
That is definitely a wrap for the day. We've got almost the entire house done with a first coat. We still have one more area that needs a first coat. We're gonna be over here bright and early tomorrow. Our contractor asked if he could keep his table saw in our home overnight. So we told him yes. So he's gonna get here pretty early in the morning. So we gotta make sure we're here so he can get that. And we're just gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, and it's already what, 11:30? So it's time to go home and get a couple hours of rest, and then we're back here doing it again tomorrow.
But tomorrow, all of our painting should be done. That's exciting.
If not pretty much close
Maybe
to
some
everything.
touch-ups here and there, but everything will be done.
It's turning out good.
It is. The paint colors, it looks different when you have a sample of it versus when it's on an entire wall. And what I mean by that is you saw me putting the dark gray color on the walls. And on our sample board that we, essentially like our look board that we were getting all of our color palette down, it's a nice deep slate charcoal gray. And right now going on the wall, it looks almost black because the entire bathroom is done in it. But I think once it dries, it'll lighten up a little bit, and then we'll get a second coat on there, but I'm tired.
Yeah, and it's starting to come together. It's maybe a little bit darker than what we anticipated, but it'll lighten up. And once we have furniture and the flooring down, it'll definitely change the tone.
The flooring alone is going to change it because it's almost whitewashed wood compared to the brown floor we have now.
Yep. All right, well, guys, we're really exhausted, so we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Good morning. We are back at the house. We just got here. Not as late of a start today, but we slowly strolled in. Our bodies are hating us.
The alarm went off at 8:10, but our bodies didn't get out of bed at 8:10.
No.
So we got up at 9 and then kind of just was drinking coffee and getting ready and slowly easing into the day. But today is a lot better than yesterday,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's because we're getting stuff done.
We are very far along already. So what we have planned for today is to finish up the one room of first coat that we have to do, and then we are starting on our second coat. So all of the painting will be done today. Decking is here now. They're getting the actual planks laid on the deck top, so it will be able to be walked on today. So I'm actually about to set up the camera so I can get a good little time lapse of that.
Yes. And today is my last full day with Travis before the floors are laid. So yes, anything I can do, I'll be doing today. And then I'm not going to be here on Saturday, nor probably on Sunday, except we'll stop by after your shift and we'll clean up the place to get it ready for flooring on Monday.
Yes. So we have a lot to accomplish today, but I have faith we're going to get it done. We keep saying we're just going to stay here until it's all done, but come 11 o'clock midnight, our bodies are just over it. So I'm really hoping we can finish everything today by 11 o'clock midnight. We are sticking it out. We're going to get as much as we can done, and I'm really excited I'm starting to see it come to fruition. So that is making me very happy.
Yes, the walls look good.
All right, well, let's get started. So Deck is making great progress today. They got all of our planks laid. They're doing the banisters and handrails now. We are just finishing up a lunch break and we are gonna get back to it. So we are done with all of the first coat. Now we are starting on the second coat. I just started on the charcoal wall second coat in the guest room. It's still quite dark, but it's gonna look really good. I like it either way.
But once the furniture and everything gets in there, I think it'll tone it down.
It looks just different doing it on like a 2-foot sample board versus on a full like 10-foot wall. It's really strong.
Also, when you get samples, it's not always a guarantee that that's the color you're gonna get when you get it mixed.
Yeah.
Because we bought the gray, the light gray, in a 5-gallon bucket, and obviously it's darker than what we thought it was gonna be because our sample was lighter, but that's just how
That's just the way it is. So to give you an example, okay. So this is our sample board that we painted from we got little like pint samples of paint. And this came from a 5-gallon bucket of paint. I mean, the color is very, very similar, but you can still see a small just shade difference here. I'm happy with this color though. This looks great. This is that dark gray, which in the camera, it looks almost black. And it's gonna look just as dark on the actual wall. But this is gonna be our flooring against this. It looks so good. Yes, I like it. At this beauty. That is a gorgeous deck. Ryan's in here touching up some of my corners because I do not do that very well. So we have a very harsh line right here between the light gray and the dark gray. So he is getting a nice sharp corner right there where the two colors meet, because we will not have trim in this corner, so it has to be a nice sharp corner. But other than that, we are moving right along. About to start the second coat all the way at the back into the house. Like I said, the charcoal gray has already had its second coat. So now we're gonna start on the general gray wall color. Start at the very back of the house and come all the way back this way. And they are doing some decking back patio right now, which you can't really see. But this is so pretty. And once we get that really dark gray stain on here, it's gonna look so nice.
Let's go spy on Travis. He is finishing the second coat in the closet, the master closet. And it's looking good. Ooh, I'm overexposed. There we go.
You might see black in the camera, but I promise it's supposed to be dark gray.
It does go on darker than what it ends up lightening up, but it's still darker than what we expected. But it's okay. It'll work. It'll fade over time.
Yes. All right, just got one more little spot to do and we are done for the night. Oh, I'm so tired.
It's looking good.
We are done for the night. So excited. So all of the gray and dark gray painting is complete officially. So all we have left to do is paint the olive green accent wall in the master bed, and then we need to do the two-tone in the office, which I will be accomplishing tomorrow. So if you remember, the office is gonna have an olive green up top and then kind of a whiteboard and batten down at the bottom. We already have it taped off, so really I just need to come in and get to town on it. So that'll be done tomorrow, as well as all of the trim will be painted in the semi-gloss white that will match our trim.
And it's just gonna be you tomorrow. I have an engagement I have to attend tomorrow, and it's all day, so I will not be working on the house, and that can be good or bad, I guess. I don't know. I have a couple of prior engagements this week coming up, so tomorrow, Monday, and Friday I will be busy.
But that's fine, because I'll just turn on music and get to work like I did when I was doing the taping and floating when I'd be here by myself and Ryan was at home packing. I just need to be sure to keep myself motivated. I need to make sure I have a lot of caffeine here.
Well, we just did the math. We have 8 days before we move in, so...
But you know
we're in
what?
the countdown.
It is in the countdown, but it's been, what is today, Friday? Today is the 8th day, and in 8 days, we pretty much have done everything. Everything that has been done up to this point has been done in 8 days. So I do have faith that we are fine for the next 8 days, but I can feel ourselves starting to lose momentum, not because we're not interested anymore, we're just becoming very exhausted. So we can't let that affect us. We have to keep moving. Like, I found myself taking way more breaks today than I think I have any other day. And that's just because, yeah, I'm tired.
But it's also a lot of manual labor, which thank goodness we don't have to do for our jobs. This is, my hat's off to all the construction workers out there, because I don't know if I could do this day in and day out.
Yeah, no. Billy was here today he was here until 6 p.m. tonight, and I know he got here before we did today, the guy who's doing our deck.
He was here until 6:50 because I went to the house to get we had some Amazon packages delivered to the old house, and it's just 5 minutes down the road. So I went and picked those up, and when I came back, he was still packing up, so.
But it was exciting seeing those decks come so far today. Essentially it's a usable deck. All we have left to do is get some 2x6s thrown on the top for like the actual drink rail, and we're done.
And we are getting our second vaccine on Tuesday evening or afternoon, and we are going to take Wednesday off just as a precaution and just kind of relax.
I know we're gonna need that Wednesday off to recover, but already just in my mind I'm like, oh my god, that's 24 whole hours that we're losing, but we'll be fine.
But we mapped it all out. 16 days, from the day we move in, we mapped it out for 16 days what the timeline would look like. So it wasn't unreasonable, and I think we're gonna hit our goal. And if there's any other last minute things that need to happen after we move, so be it.
That's fine. So my next big hurdle is the trim. So I need to do crown molding, baseboards, and all trim around doors and windows. So that's going to be my next big hurdle.
And then the walls are done.
And then we're done. But the walls, after I get this done, after I get the trim painted, the window sills and the door frames, after I get those painted, technically we could go ahead and put blinds back up, because the only thing left to do is attach the trim. So
which is going to be cool, because we're going to kind of do a neat thing with the moms, and we're going to do like Love It or List It does,
kind
where
of
we they can see all this stuff transformation, but we want to show them the final reveal once we put all the furniture in and the decorations and all that. So they won't be able to come over for a day or so while we get everything situated.
But I think Sunday, I do have to work Sunday. That was a day that just would not be picked up. It's Easter Sunday and no one would pick it up from me, but that's okay. So that day, Ryan will be painting like a first coat of paint on all of my baseboards and crown molding. That way, Monday, while the flooring guy is laying floors, I'm gonna go to the opposite end of the house that he's at and start just doing crown molding. So killing two birds with one stone on that day.
And they're already primed, so I just have to do the first coat, and then we'll do the second coat after he hangs them and we putty them and all that good stuff.
Yes, it'll be my first time using an electric brad nailer. So this is a project of first, and I'm not disappointed thus far. I mean, I have prepared myself very well, and it's come out really well.
He doesn't lose any fingers with the saws. We're good.
I know. All right, guys, we are going to call it a night. It is late. We have to get up early in the morning. We will see you guys tomorrow.
He will.
I will. He won't.
Bye.